The House has voted overwhelmingly to pass a bill to force the Justice Department to publicly release its files on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. It's a remarkable display of approval for an effort that had struggled for months to overcome opposition from President Donald Trump and Republican leadership. Trump now says he will sign the bill if it passes the Senate. Today's vote showed the pressure mounting on lawmakers and the Trump administration to meet long-held demands that the Justice Department release its case files on Epstein.
On this vote, the yeas are 427, the nays are 1. 2/3 being in the affirmative, the rules are suspended, the bill is passed, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
The House took a step in releasing the investigative files relating to Jeffrey Epstein with a vote of 427 to 1. Republican Congressman Clay Higgins was the only member to vote against it. Epstein was a well-connected financier who killed himself in a Manhattan jail while awaiting trial in 2019 on charges he sexually abused and trafficked underage girls. Moments before the vote, House Speaker Mike Johnson accused the Democrats of turning the Epstein files into a political weapon, and adding that the legislation doesn't protect victims.
It fails to fully protect victim privacy. It could create new categories of victims. It potentially jeopardizes grand jury secrecy. It fails to prohibit release of child sexual abuse materials that are not appropriately defined in the legislation. It jeopardizes future federal investigations, and we have national security concerns regarding classified information. We need to say clearly for the record, as the Speaker of the House, I'm saying to you, this legislation that will pass today is flawed and it must be amended.
His comments triggering a response from Jimmy Gomez.
Is this an appropriate time to point out that the Republicans named children's savings account in their so-called One Big Beautiful Bill after Donald Trump, someone connected to one of the most notorious pedophiles in this country, or that the Speaker of the House just lied on the floor by stating that there was protections for the victims in the Epstein bill?
After the vote, the measure now heads to the Senate, where Republican leaders must quickly decide if they will send it to President Donald Trump's desk.
The House has now spoken in an overwhelming fashion, and Senate Republicans must step up. Because the public is fed up with waiting around to get to the bottom of the Epstein files. The Senate should move without delay to pass it unamended and send it on to the President's desk to be signed into law. We should pass this bill as soon as possible, as written, and without a hint of delay.
What's the impact if the Senate does in fact change this bill?
They're part of the cover-up. And these bozos here, they pretend like, okay, now we're ready to pull the Band-Aid off after 5 months of shooting themselves in the foot politically and morally. By the time they get done with trying to cover up by having these other investigations or having amendments in the Senate, they're just going to make more people complicit.
In a stark reversal of his position, Trump has said he'll sign the bill if Congress passes it. It comes after he called the issue a Democratic hoax for months.
I have nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I threw him out of my club many years ago because I thought he was a sick pervert. But I guess I turned out to be right. But you know who does have? Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, who ran Harvard, was with him every single night, every single weekend. They lived together. They went to his island many times. I never did. Andrew Weissman, I hear.
Trump has said he and Epstein were one-time friends. The president has never been linked to any wrongdoing in the crimes committed by Epstein. Before the vote, about 24 survivors of Epstein's alleged abuse joined a trio of Democratic and Republican lawmakers outside the U.S. Capitol to urge the release of the records.
I beg you, President Trump, please stop making this political. It is not about you, President Trump. You are our president. Please start acting like it. Show some class. Show some real leadership.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune says the House-passed bill could be passed by the Senate as soon as today. What will happen next, we'll have to wait and see.